Now don't be too mad. I know I've been gone for a while, but I'm coming back with an olive branch. So in this video, let's talk about things you can do to incorporate more self-love into your Valentine's Day. This goes if you're single or even if you're in a couple, because the main focus should always be incorporating some type of self-love into your life, because you are just that perfect, you are just that amazing and just that deserving. So let's get into this list. As always, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So I made a video very similar to this a few years back. I will link it up here somewhere. You can feel free to watch that. So I want to consider this video maybe like a 2.0 version. It's different tips. They're a little better. And these are the same tips I incorporate into my weekly and daily self-love activities as well. So you can feel free to take them on as well. And also this, I promise this is the last thing I'm going to say before I get into this list. If any of these tips make you uncomfortable, good, go for it. Do that in particular and do it quickly, because that's the only place in your zone where you're uncomfortable. That's where the magic happens. That's where you see growth. That's where opportunities will magically present themselves. That's where you see areas that you can improve upon, because the whole goal in this lifetime is to become a better version of yourself. You know, you want to look back on the year and say, oh, I've really grown. I would have handled that so different 6 months ago. You know, like, oh, I'm a better person now because now this person can talk to me nasty and it doesn't even irritate my spirit. You see, you get like bonus points for you if it irritates you. So please do it. If any of these tips irritate your soul and like really bother you and make you feel uncomfortable, please do that and do it quickly. Okay, number one is to have flowers delivered to yourself. You can have them delivered to your work, to your home. It doesn't matter if you're a flower girl. Just baby, get flowers delivered to yourself. And even take it a step further and write something special on the note. You know, tell me you wanted to say, I love you forever, babe, because don't you love yourself forever? And aren't you, babe, to yourself? So it's not like it's a lie. But yeah, have flowers sent to yourself. And since we're on the flower tip, leading into my next tip would be to do a flower bath. I love me a good flower, essential oil, candles lit, Sade playing in the background type of vibe. That's my thing. If you don't have a bathtub, look into Airbnbs and see if it's possible you can rent it for just a day or so, or even a hotel. Do whatever you need to do. Also, like I've done shower meditation and detoxes before. So if a shower is all you have, baby, work with what you have. If you don't have a bathtub, buy you a little foot massager and soak your feet in there. Get real comfortable on your couch or, you know, on your favorite chair, and do it that way. But by any means, take you a nice detox bath. Set the mood for yourself. Get your favorite wine, your favorite drink, and be intentional. You know, before I do a lot of things, I set my intentions. When I wake up in the morning, my intentions are set for the day. When I take a bath or when I'm preparing myself to take a really good detox, warm, nice bath, my intentions are set. Like, yeah, I'm gonna take this bath. I'm gonna feel amazing afterwards. I'm gonna be able to relax and chill. I'm cutting everything off. Phone is on do not disturb. Kids know not to mess with me. Like, this is my time. This is Cherie time, and I'm going to take full advantage of it. You should do the same. Okay, next tip is to have your favorite meal delivered. Now, on Valentine's Day, you know, every restaurant is filled with couples. Everybody's in love all of a sudden. But 2 weeks ago, you tried to holler at me, but now your man is in love. Okay. So for whatever reason, everybody's in love on Valentine's Day. So of course, the restaurants are going to be filled with couples. If you feel like that may be too intimidating or you don't think you can, you don't want to put yourself in that environment, that's perfectly fine. Just have your favorite meal delivered to your house. Okay? And matter of fact, that's leading into another tip, is to purchase you a really nice set of satin or silk pajamas, or a really good lingerie set, like something that complements your body in particular, something that makes you feel amazing, something that makes you like, I love, when I tell you I love when a robe like sweeps the floor. You know, you're walking and the robe gets that little pinch of wind and it kind of blows, and you know, yes, that's my thing. So I love me a good full length floor sweeping type of robe. And so I have plenty of it. And I remember one time, one of my girlfriends came over, and of course, baby, I had my robe on and I'm just sweeping and swishing and robe blowing in the wind and stuff. And she was like, "Who do you think you are?" I said, "I'm Cherie." "You don't know? I'm Cherie." Yes, this is deserving of me. This is what I owe to myself, to give myself the best experiences I can, even if you're on the budget, to give myself things I truly like. It doesn't matter if no one else likes it. I want it. I love me a good robe. So why would me getting this robe even bother you? Why would you even care? People are weird. So purchase you, find you a really good set of satin or silk pajamas. I purchased pajamas off of Shein before that I still have. That's actually one of my favorite sets. So don't feel like you have to break the bank. Just take the time and go find you a set of pajamas or some lingerie that you really like. You know, that's gonna make you, keep you in your feminine energy, make you feel good, make you feel like you're the celebrity of your home, because I mean, you are. Okay? Okay, this is one of my favorite tips, and it's to write a love letter to yourself. So if you like, well, what do you mean by that? Simple. You can do it a few ways. One of my favorite ways is to write a letter as the version of me today, and I'm writing a letter to myself this time next year. So let's say you're single and you really want to be with somebody, like you want to meet your person, you want to really be in love, you just want this beautiful type of union. So if that's the case, I will write a letter today, and I will date it this time next year. So 2/14/2025. And I'll say, "Dear my name, like, girl, our life has changed so much within this last year. We've met our soon-to-be husband. He's currently our fiance. He simply adores me. He loves me. He accepts my kids. He came into my life and just made me feel so good. Like his presence alone does it for me. But he's caring and thoughtful and considerate, and we have these beautiful dates, and he really takes his time and he's patient with me, and I can just see through his actions how much he loves me." And just like go on, and you can say, you know, today we're celebrating Valentine's Day, so we're going out to dinner, or he's going to make me something at home, or you know, he always surprises me with the best gifts. Like, he really listens to me and he pays attention to me and he studies me. So the types of gifts he gives me, it isn't just something simple and generic. Like, he gives me thoughtful gifts. Like, you feel me? Are we on the same page yet? Write that type of letter to yourself this time next year. For this time next year. Or even if you don't want to do it that way, you can just write a love letter to yourself, period. And say, just from this time last year, you know, we've grown so much, and, you know, I've gotten a better job and I didn't quit. And, you know, when the odds were stacked up against me, I kept going. When that bank account was low, I kept going. You know, when my car died on me, or they came and repoed my car, I kept going. And now 6 months later, I have a new car, or now, you know, I'm living in a better living situation, or whatever your achievements are. Put that in your letter. I think In life, it's so easy not to reflect on just how far you've come. You know, and even myself, like, we're only in February. And even if I look back on my own life, it's like, girl, you done really been doing your thing. Like, you have really improved. You've gotten more patient. There's been scenarios where you really had the right, you know, to take it there with somebody. And you chose not to. You chose the higher road. And because of that, we got this blessing, you know? Like, a lot of things, it all works together. That's one of the things I'm finding out now in life, that everything works together. All the little wins, all the times your patience has been tested and you persevered, like, all of that matters. All of it equals up. All of your good deeds equal up. So even when you feel like you're trying your best and it's not being seen, it's not being appreciated, God is not looking down on you, trust me, it's all working for your good. It always is. Even if you look back and just sit back and think about times in your life where, you know, it was really hard, but somehow you persevered. Somehow that money came through for that bill out of nowhere. Like, it always, always, always will work out for your good, and you have to believe that. If nothing else, you have to believe that you will always be okay in this lifetime. It will always work out. You put out good, good has no choice but to return back to you. You're a good person at heart, like, you're a truly genuine good person, it's gonna come back around to you. It will. My next tip is to discover your signature perfume scent. And you don't have to break the bank to do this. A lot of these stores, Belt Dillard's, they'll give you free samples if you simply ask for them. Now, one of my tips is to layer. I love me a good YSL perfume. I don't know, but YSL just does it for me. So I usually pair YSL Black Opium with Zara's Red Temptation. Baby, when I tell you, one of my coworkers actually told me, he came and found me one day, and he was like, you must have just been in the break room. And I said, yeah, I actually just sat down. Why you asked? He said, girl, I always smell you. I always know when you're around. And I was like, well, is that a good thing? He was like, girl, you smell like heaven. Every time. He was like, I love to get your smell, your walk by smell, because you always smell so good. I'm like, of course I do. Of course I smell good, because I took the time to figure out what scents work best for me, what scents work best with my body chemistry, what scents I naturally gravitate to, and go from there. You know, you can find your base level. Like I said, I like to layer my perfumes. If you just find you one good signature perfume scent, it'll do it. I promise you. Ask all those people who talk about Rihanna and how good she smells. That's a great compliment. That's a great compliment to have. I'd rather, like, you never want to be known as the funky woman. As a woman, why are you funky? Why are you ever funky? It's like, I can see no reason why a woman should be funky. Girl, why are you funky? Please don't be the funky woman. Find you a signature perfume. Incorporate good hygiene into your schedule. Take baths. Take showers. Find lotions and creams that work best for your skin. As most of y'all know, I'm a burn survivor. So every lotion doesn't work well for me. It simply doesn't. It'll dry me out. It'll make me itch. Some lotions have even like re-injured or reopened my scars. But again, I was like, okay, I'm not about to walk around ashy. I'm definitely not going to walk around funky. Let me figure out what's going to work best for me. And now I have. So yeah, and find you a good signature perfume scent, even if you got to play with it a little bit, because some of these perfumes, they don't last. You will spray a few sprays when you're leaving the house, within an hour later you can't even smell the smell no more. I love me a good perfume that lasts all day. I love having a good walk by scent. I want to walk by you. If you're looking down on your phone and I walk by you, I want to smell so good. You got to raise your head up and be like, who is that girl? What do you have on? I cannot tell y'all how many times I've been in places, grocery stores, and men have literally chased me down like, please tell me what you have on. And I'll say something like, wow, so you can go have your little girlfriend smelling like me? Baby, this the one and only. Everybody can't smell like me. But I do always tell them though, but yeah, just find you a really good signature perfume and make sure. I have bottles in my house. I have bottles in my cars. I have this thing where every time I get out the car, I'm hitting myself with something, some type of spray. Because one thing about it, when you come in and hug me, you're going to say, you smell good. I'm going to say, I know, thank you. And so that brings me to my very last tip, which is to try something new. Like, try something you have been putting off. Try something you have been wanting to incorporate into your life, or try be like any type of hobby, skating, pottery class, skiing, horseback riding, a painting class, like whatever it is you want to do, go try it. A spa day, go try it. You want to get a massage, but you don't have enough money, go to the local community college where they offer massages at a very discounted price. Like, stop making up so many excuses about why you can't do this and why you can't do that. It's a new Pilates studio that just opened up around the corner from my house, and they sent me a thing in the mail like, oh, come and try a free day on us so you can see what Pilates is like. Go to things like that you want to try. They have like free yoga in the park here on like nice pretty days. It's so many things you can do. It's so many things you can do even if you don't have a big budget. Stop making excuses. It's meetups, and that's another thing I like to do. It's a group of people who have a similar interest in this particular thing. I've done meetups for hikes, and it was simply amazing. Like, I didn't even know this place, this view existed in my city. And I've met some really good people just from that one meetup though. I actually became pretty close friends with one of the girls I met there. But like, you're gonna have to put yourself out there somehow. That's the only way opportunities can present itself to you. You know, it's cool being at home, being a homebody, because I love being in my house. It smells good. I got good snacks. The lighting is impeccable. You know, all my clothes are here. I love being in my home, but I also know for the type of things I desire, I have to get out of my house. You have to meet people. You have to introduce yourself to people. You have to say, hi, how are you? How's your day going? You know, you have to be okay with opening yourself up. Again, when you're in that uncomfortable type of zone, that's where the magic happens. That's where opportunities pop up. That's when people who can connect you with other people, you know, sometimes it's not always about having the right qualifications to do a certain job or to get into a certain role. Sometimes it's simply about your connections. I've had a few people in my lifetime, you know, I'll say, oh, well, I've been trying to do this and it's not been working out. And they say, oh, well, let me make a call. Next thing I know, what most people have to wait years on, I'm walking through the door right now simply because I made friends with this woman at the gas station because we couldn't figure out how to open up her gas pump. And now 2 years later, she's putting me in a role, or she's connecting me with a person who's putting me in a position that otherwise may have taken me years to get there. That's how things line up. But the first step is to put yourself out there, to be confident enough to speak to people. To simply say a hello, how are you? Oh, I've seen you here before. You must come here often. Oh, I love that lipstick on you. That's a beautiful shade on you. My last thing I would like to say is, it's Valentine's Day. You may be single. That's okay. Know that you are loved, you are cared for, you are adored. If you don't have anyone that can give you love on this particular day, give it to yourself. You wanna know why? Because you're deserving of it. You're deserving of the absolute very best. I'm gonna say it every single time I can to ingrain it into your mind that you are deserving of beautiful and wonderful things. Even if you don't believe it to be true, that's the truth. And that's the mountain I'm gonna stand on. Look, if I gotta stand on this mountain by myself and shout it from the rooftops, I will. You're deserving. You are. You're deserving of the absolute very best, okay? As always, y'all, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you stayed to the end, I appreciate you even more. I truly, truly do. Pardon my absence. Pardon my absence. You know, life be lifing sometimes, but I hope you appreciate this video.